This is Raw Recap! Podcast Raw Recap! Monday night, the war never ends. Two men enter the booth, only one truth survives. Yo, I'll turn the volume up. The king's on the mic, Aaron in the building, dissecting the fight from the opening pyro to the final bell. I'll break it down raw, send it straight to hell. Suplex the segments, RKO the takes. If the booking's trash, then the table breaks. Who's running the show? We are. Who's dropping the truth? We are. Who's got no filter? Savage Wrestling. We are. This is Raw Recap. Savage Wrestling Podcast. We never hold back. Steel chairs flying high. Takes collide. Aaron and Jhontay, Monday night. Ride or die. Raw Recap. Hey. Raw Recap. Hey. Turn it up loud. Feel the impact. Savage Wrestling's Edgar. This is Raw Recap. In the cut with the sharpest blade, carving up storylines the writers betrayed. Heels, faces, titles, all on the table. I'll bury the mid-card if the push is unstable. From Roman's reign to the mid-card scene, we call it like we see it, unscripted, unclean. This is awesome. You damn right it is! Wrestling Podcast, we never hold back. 3 hours of chaos, we sort through the wreck. Aaron and Johnny bring the pain on deck. Raw Recap, hey! Raw Recap, hey! Hey! Raw Recap, hey! Hit that subscribe or get speared in the chest. Savage Wrestling's Day. This is Raw Recap. This is Raw Recap. Monday nights belong to us. See you after the show. And that's the bottom line. This is Raw Recap.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Savage Wrestling Podcast presents Raw Recap. Not as excited to talk about this show as you think I'd be, because got a lot going on. But I watched the show. It was okay. The Stranger Things collab. Wherever the stars, or the celebrities, I think WWE and Netflix kind of dropped the ball. But I'm not alone, ladies and gentlemen. My tag team partner who will save me for some of these early segments. Jhontay Davenport, everybody.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Yes, this
I
was
thought
a,
I was gonna have to say your name again.
no. I thought you had me muted, but we're good. But yeah, Raw, Stranger Things collab. This
What the hell? Brother.
can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, I don't know why this keeps muting me, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm not even pressing anything. Like, I am on my phone, Jones, and also on the laptop, and I haven't touched anything. So, StreamYard, fix your ass.
I think it's maybe the Upside Down or the Demogorgons or Vecna is not wanting us to review this show, so they're like trying to
Mm.
silence me because it could have been better. It could have been better, but it was a decent show. This is the first show of the new year. This is the 1 year anniversary show for Raw being on Netflix. So I went into this show thinking it was going to be a big deal. I mean, if you've been listening, you know that we've been talking about the build for this show for at least the last month, at bare minimum, because everything's been revolving around building to this show. I mean, we have 4 matches on the card, 3 of them were title matches. So big deal for Monday Night Raw. And like Baker said, they, to be fair, they did have like the, Stranger Things, like upside down filter over Brooklyn, which looked kind of cool. They had the, Stranger Things van, and, the set was like, it was basically detailed and looked like the upside down, had like the Vecna tentacles everywhere. And, I mean, they tried, but I mean, you couldn't get any of the cast to show up. Like it's a 2.5 hour show. Not saying they have to be there and watch the whole show. They're probably busy, want to do other things. But I mean, even if it's a cameo or via satellite or anything, I mean, it was really just that and Stranger Things merch, and that was it.
Bro,
That was all we
the
get.
Netflix execs said, yeah, send the lady that's gonna host the skyscraper live event, and we're gonna have her hold up a custom made WWE Stranger Things title.
Yeah.
And can we just, I want to touch on this just very briefly. Bro, what a way to start your career. Live streaming a dude climbing up how many stories was it? 120 something?
101 stories.
Okay,
Free, no rope.
yeah, no rope Jones. Like I told you when we were watching this Raw, I was like, dude, do you understand how big of a risk this is for Netflix? Like, what if this guy dies?
No risk, no reward.
Yeah, but I don't think they would be able to live stream something ever again, which is terrible. Like, what? Netflix, I just really want to know who approves this because this has bad idea, red flag written all over it.
I mean, if he falls live on Netflix, that would be tragic. Why? Why did you laugh at
Don't. Don't. Because I hear a huge but.
that? But like, I mean, if he falls, that's tragic, right? But I'm sure they're gonna have him sign releases and waivers, like you can't sue us if anything happens. This is all on you. Blah blah blah. And if he climbs it, successfully climbs, I mean, congrats. And I mean, I think he would break a world record or whatever. I think that's the whole big deal, I guess. So, I mean, cool. I mean, it's, no risk, no reward. I wish him well in his free climbing endeavor. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, yeah. I will say the cool thing about the Stranger Things collab that you did mention was when they were going from like segment to segment or match to match, like big match to big match, they had like the Stranger Things like chapter
Mm-hmm.
thing in it, which was kind of cool.
Yeah, those transitions were really neat for sure.
Yes. All right, man. Well, we did, ladies and gentlemen, watch some wrestling over the weekend. We watched the only two matches that people really were really talking about at the end of the whole shindig. We watched two matches from Wrestle Kingdom 20. We'll talk about them very briefly. We watched Yota Tsuji defeat Konosuke Takeshita, and then we watched Okada beat Hiroshi Tanahashi. Which match out of the two do you like better?
Oh, like 1000% Suji and Takahashi. I mean Takeshita. Sorry,
I was like,
Takahashi.
dang.
No, I mean honestly, those are my two favorite Japanese wrestlers right now. I love Suji's look, his aura. I'm love that he was able to not only get the win, but also bring back the original New Japan belt. Not no shade to like the new design that they had. That you know basically Takeshita was parading around on AEW, kind of giving it a bigger platform. But they brought back the old belt. I love it. He's had a lot of things to say recently in regards to the AEW New Japan relationship. How he kind of feels that New Japan's kind of getting the raw end of the deal on that, which I can see where he's coming from. I think he is really about trying to make New Japan great again, and I think he will try to lead it into the future. I'm not sure if they're going to have like the star power to get back to the level they were at, but Suji's going to be in their plans, I think, for the foreseeable future. And I don't know if you heard about this. Quick aside, that Will Ospreay announced that he's going to be coming back soon and doing some things with New Japan, having some matches there. So that could be another big boost for them as they come into 2026. But yeah, definitely love the Suji and Takeshita match. So good. I mean, one spot I remember in particular was that top rope blue thunder bomb that was all over my algorithm over the weekend. I mean, that move was sick. Didn't get to see a Marlowe, unfortunately, from my guy Suji, but he does pick up the win. I thought that match was tremendous. And then the main event was, it was a really good outing for, the Hiroshi Tanahashi's. Really good outing. Don't get me wrong, but his age showed. I think we can both agree to that. And but I mean, what a hell of a performance. And Okada, for one night only. I mean, he's a heel right now, but for one night only, you kind of saw him show some respect, step back from the heel role a little bit. And you know how he usually like would hit his like famous pose in the middle of the ring, and he like flips people off when he does it. Well, he brought it back for one night only for the legend there, and I thought that was a pretty nice thing. And also wearing the, I don't know if you noticed, the arm wrap that he was wearing in the match was actually Shinsuke Nakamura's, because Shinsuke really wanted to be there, but wasn't able to make it due to reasons. I'm not sure if WWE said no, if things if they got involved with that, not really sure. But he basically wanted to still be represented because of what Hiroshi Tanahashi means to the business in Japan and to his career. So he kind of gave him that, which I thought was a cool way to pay homage. But yeah, both matches were great. But yeah, Suji Takeshita, if you have some time, if you have like a 30 minutes to kill, just go out of your way and check out that match.
The fact that match was 30 minutes, it didn't even feel like it.
No, like when you said the time, when you read off the time, it was like 29 something. I was like, dude, the match felt like, I'm not gonna no hyperbole, it felt like 8 minutes. Like it was really well paced. I was like, holy crap, like the match is over? Like it was really well paced, really well done. Good job.
And I will say, I think the Japanese fans are starting to get a little Western influence because they were very loud for these last two matches, which was kind of a shock to me because last year around this time, I was actually off of work when Wrestle Kingdom 19 took place last year. And I specifically wanted to watch Kenny Omega and Gabe Kidd. And it felt like it was a little quiet. And then fast forward a year, and they're just eating everything up, being vocal. Nice to see, nice to hear. But there's one thing I need New Japan and WWE to start doing for its English audiences. Can we either get an English overdub of these video packages and promos? Because you did it for Yoda Tsuji's speech after he beat Takeshita. You had the announcer read off what was said. Why can't we have Michael Cole or a Corey Graves or a Wade Barrett read off what like the Kabuki Warriors are saying in Japanese, or have somebody do overdubs for the Hispanic, the Latinos and the Latinas when they speak Spanish. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, Stephanie Vaquera cut most of her promo in Spanish, and I literally was like, "What did that just tell me?" Just saying. Just
Yeah,
just an idea. Just an idea for the people that don't speak the native tongue. It would be really, really helpful if you're trying to bring in an English audience. It would be really nice to have like either English subtitles or like an English overdub, because the New Japan, your Yoda Suji and Takeshita video package was phenomenal. Just wish I would have heard what both of the guys were saying.
right. Because it sounded like gas. It looked like gas, but like you can't really. Obviously, you can't understand what they're saying. And I'm glad you remember to bring that up because while we were watching, and he cut the promo afterwards, it was cool that their English commentary guy was like repeating, like after every line he said, he would kind of say what he said. And I was like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
that's nice. Like, why can't WWE do this? Like, and they always boast about how many languages their show is in, and they have all these commentary teams, like our Spanish team, our French team, like remember they used to do all that, and it's like, well, you boast that you have all this, and like why if they cut it in a foreign tongue, like keep our English audience in the loop here, you know? I mean,
Yeah, that I think that's been kind of the problem with like a Shinsuke Nakamura not getting over, is because he mainly his native tongue is Japanese. So if you're gonna put him out there with a fucking microphone in his hand, at least have somebody that can translate Japanese to English.
yeah, there's a disconnect. There's an automatic disconnect. So you want to
Yep.
try to bridge that. But
And I think mainly that's why the Kabuki Warriors didn't get over with this tag run, is because they cut a majority of their promos in Japanese, and most of the fans, when they see the Kabuki Warriors, they immediately know, okay, I got maybe about 5 to 6 minutes if they're cutting a promo to go get something to eat or use the bathroom, because I'm not going to understand fuck all of what they're saying. And that's not me being racist either. That's just me throwing out an idea that would really help audiences connect with these characters that you're putting on TV.
right. And I think that's a perfect segue to go into our first match because obviously it
Perfect.
features the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka, and Kairi Sane. Those are the defending, reigning women's tag team champions, taking on the tag team of Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. They've also been called Riho, whatever you want to call them. Also, if you just wanted to know the ticket sales for the show, the venue, according to WrestleTix, the venue was set up for 13,512, and they distributed 13,224 tickets. This is the 1,702nd episode of Monday Night Raw, live from Brooklyn, New York at Berkeley Center.
How many episodes?
1,702.
Holy crap.
A lot of episodes.
You said 1,702,
Yep.
and One Piece just stopped at 1,155. So Monday Night Raw has been around longer than One Piece?
They used to tout it all the time. I was like, it's the longest running weekly episodic TV show in history. Like, never
I
stop.
I mean, if One Piece stopped would have kept going, it'd be like number two, right?
I mean, I don't know what other one would have more episodes. Maybe like The Simpsons or something crazy like that. I don't know.
Oh
I
God, yeah, The
think there's a lot of
Simpsons.
episodes of that, but
Anyways, the Kabuki Warriors and Io and Rhea Ripley for the Women's Tag Team Championship. What'd
what'd
you
you think?
think?
How'd I know you're gonna say? What'd you think? It was
Well,
okay.
within the first 4 seconds, I come back to the microphone and I hear, and we're botching already. We're botching
Yeah.
already. Nice. So I'm gonna let you have the floor with this one and explain to me what you saw, because I saw bits and pieces of this match, and the bits and pieces that I saw didn't look great. But
Yes.
it honestly, the bits and pieces that I saw, and it was a specific spot because I literally said, this match just kind of sucks, and you go, what? And I go, look at this fucking roll up. What is happening there? Basically, it's Io Sky trying to. I think she wanted to go for another move on Kairi Say, but then goes for a cover instead. And I was like, what are we doing here? So
Yes. Yeah.
I think that there was like a fucking major chemistry issue or something, because not great.
Well, the match went 16 minutes and 30 seconds, which is pretty long. It's on the longer side of things, especially for like a Raw match,
Hmm.
a Raw tag team match at that. And they cut to the first break just about 40 seconds into this match. Like it was really early. And like the reason why is because like you said earlier, like the as soon as the match started, they like kind of did they try to like, do some just like grappling, just like some basic like, basics like start a match stuff. And we're just
Yeah.
like fumbling over themselves and it just did not look good. And that's when you heard me say, so we're botching already, are we? And
Okay.
it was
Well,
very clunky at the beginning there. So I think that's why they like cut to commercial. Then they came back. It was a decent affair. I mean, there were some really good like spots in the match that I remember. Like the obviously like the finish was really good. They nailed that. The spot you're talking about, was she had like that hesitation. She didn't. It was I don't know if it was a miscommunication. I just think she didn't know what the next spot probably was. Like I don't know if she was like looked like she was about to go for another move, and then she was like, screw it, I'm just gonna go for a pin. So like she just like went right into the cover. Um,
mhm.
but yeah, it was. I mean, Rhea Ripley really shined in this match. She got a really good hot tag at the end there. Um, and she planted Asuka with a riptide, like nailed her. And then Io Sky followed up with the over the moonsault, hits the suicide dive, takes out Kyrie Sky on the outside, and then Ripley pins Asuka for the win. We have new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. They get the big pyro shot from the stage. New tag champs. I mean, the match was probably like I give it a good like three and a quarter. Solid opener. Like definitely some chemistry issues and some maybe miscommunication, but a solid affair. And it just like you just said, what you like what you said earlier. The Kabukis are not over, so we had to get this. We had to get the straps off of them as quickly as
Yeah.
possible. So
So Bleacher Report gave this match an A. But apparently, and this is what I want to play real quick. Apparently, Io Sky paid homage to Hiroshi Tanahashi. Corey Graves mentioned it on commentary.
right,
So let me go ahead and with this the Sling Blade Jones.
right.
Come on now. Come on now. Paying homage. That was paying homage? Okay. All
Well,
right.
he said like he
Whatever.
taught her the move, and
Oh, okay.
yeah.
All right. Let me remove that. All right. So the next thing was it the Gunther promo?
So yeah, so right before the Gunther promo, we had just Adam Pierce just congratulating Rhea and Io. They were celebrating their newly won tag titles. Um,
Hmm.
And then Gunther shows up and he's like, we respect what you did against Cena. We get it. Just show like a little respect. It could go a long way. And then Gunther's like, okay, like whatever. And then and then we have the Gunther promo where he debuts, I guess, a new T-shirt that shows him choking out John Cena in the sleeper hold with
Yeah,
the
it says
words
tap like a
dot.
yeah.
But yeah, I guess they are starting to push this feud with him and AJ Styles, it seems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Did not like this at all because Gunther comes out. He's asking the crowd, "Where's the respect for him?" Then here comes AJ Styles. Fucking Gunther taunts AJ Styles and said, "What is little AJ Styles gonna do? Does the John Cena you can't see me?" And I made the comment, "Wow, AJ really is kind of short compared to Gunther." And then as soon as I said that, AJ slaps the taste out of Gunther's mouth, and Gunther did nothing. Made him look like a bitch. Wasn't
Straight up.
happy.
Straight up. Yeah, like for a guy who keeps touting that he made Cena tap like a little bitch, and he said it again tonight, by the way. During the promo, he's like, AJ tried to get a word in, and then he interrupted him and said, like a little bitch. And obviously the crowd lost it. And yeah, after the slap, and they went like face to face, nose to nose. And the thing that really caught me off guard is AJ's literally saying, you ain't gonna do nothing. Like he's yelling at him in the face, like saying you're not gonna do anything. And he's like, yeah, that's what I thought. Nothing. And then, like Styles throws the mic in his chest and just like leaves the ring all like,
I
like a
just
giga
bullied
champ.
the bully.
Yeah. And I'm just like,
Kick a jack.
I'm like, what? Like, aren't you the Bond villain I've been glazing the last month? Didn't you make Cena tap out? Aren't you like the guy they're pushing as like the next big thing? And like you just brought up the height thing, you're gonna let a little AJ Styles like punk you like this? I'm not sure how I don't think that makes him look great. I got to agree with you. I mean, maybe since later on they announced they're gonna have a match next week that they're trying to make
yeah,
AJ
that was
formidable.
going to be the next. That was going to be the next segment. So yeah, we go backstage. Ivy Nile is trying to tell Adam Pearce that she wants basically the winner, and that she's not going to go to the back of the line again. Yada yada yada. In strolls Gunther, and he says, "I want AJ." AJ immediately punks out Gunther again and says, "What? You going to be a little bitch and complain? Is that all you're going to do? Is be a little bitch? Come back here and complain?" And then Gunther says he wants AJ again, and Adam Pearce comes up, is right next to AJ Styles at this point. He goes, "AJ, it's official. Next week, you, Gunther." So next week, and I can't even say this. Can't even say this town's name without laughing. All right, get it together. Next week in Dusseldorf, Germany, it's AJ Styles and Gunther.
You're dang right.
But next, I saw this coming, so I'm not going to crash out this time. Nice. It's Maxie Dupree defending her Intercontinental Championship against the ever so bitchy Becky Trump. This time, Becky Trump didn't cut a promo. She actually had to fight her way out of the wet paper sack this week. And, well, she cheated to win. And moving on. Don't think Maxine deserved to be treated in that fashion, but we're not going to go there. Not crashing out. So go ahead.
Yeah, so I mean I prefer to call her Becky Hogan. I think Becky Trump's a little much. But she's definitely Becky Hogan. I told you right before this match started, I said, listen, if Becky wins this match and gets the IC title back, um, I think we can agree that the Becky Hogan card is a real thing. Like that meme is real. And lo and
Yeah, and
behold,
of course, Jhontay speaks things into existence as per usual, and Maxine loses.
listen, I honestly thought that they should have kept the belt on Maxine.
And all I did for you yesterday was put the Steelers in the Super Bowl,
You did,
jinxing the Ravens
low
kicker.
key. You did, low key. Did like I appreciate you for that, but
I know. Nah. True story, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, backstage, backstage story time. So last night, John Tay and I are watching the Steelers Ravens game. Winner take all, basically. Home playoff spot, winner of the AFC North. Close game. And Jhontay is the world, if not the world's biggest, one of the world's biggest Steelers fans. Me, unfortunately, I am a Bengals fan. So Jhontay constantly has to bring up 6 Super Bowls, buddy. Six Super Bowls, man. 6 Super Bowls. How many does your team have? Oh, none. That sucks. So I was actually rooting for the Steelers in this game, and we're sitting here watching it, and the Ravens go up. No, yeah, the Ravens go up, and Jhontay is losing it. He goes, "Yep, that's it. That's game. That's it. We're done. We're done. It was a good year, guys. It's great. Mike Tomlin might need to have a little chit chat with you over the phone." And I'm like, "Hold on, buddy. There's enough time. Aaron Rodgers has almost the most amount of fourth quarter comeback games in his career." And he goes, "But yeah, that's not prime Aaron Rodgers. We've got post prime Aaron Rodgers." And I was like, "Trust the system." And lo and behold, Pittsburgh scores the game winning touchdown. They go to kick. The kicker misses the extra point, and Jhontay again is crashing out
I thought
on none other than Chris Boswell. And he goes, "Yeah, you know what? Don't even let him on the team plane. Don't even let him in the team hotel. He's got to find somewhere else to sleep. I'm
yeah.
sick of this. You're a kicker in the NFL. You're supposed to make extra points." So now Baltimore's just going to have to mosey on downfield and kick a field goal, and I'm just going to be pissed off for the rest of the night. Thanks, Chris Boswell, for ruining my Sunday, you piece of shit. Meanwhile, he's crashing out. Baltimore is driving the ball, and they get in the field goal range. And they've made the decision to call a timeout with 2 seconds to go. Now, if you know anything about football, it takes about 2 seconds for the ball to be in the air and to reach the goalpost. So the Ravens had enough time to win the game with a game winning field goal and win it by 1 point until their kicker decided to poop down his leg after I said the infamous words that always plague a kicker when I'm watching football. Because Jhontay is still coping, and he goes, "Yep, that's it, man. That's it. That's it. I don't even want to watch anymore. This is stupid. The Ravens are going to kick this go-ahead field goal. It's a chip shot." And I said with the calmest of voices, and I said, "Hold on now. What if he misses? It goes up in the air, and the motherfucker missed. So sorry, Ravens fans. Never, ever. This is rule 101 coming from Aaron Baker here to the Savage Wrestling Podcast audience. If you are a team that relies on a kicker in a tough spot, are you really that good? Are you really that good? Because Baltimore thought that they had this game won, and they relied on their kicker, and he just yoink to the right. Just saying. Just saying. I never ever trust a kicker that has that kind of pressure because kickers are bipolar. Anyways, I don't even know what the fuck we were talking. Oh, that's right, Monday Night Raw. So yeah, as you were saying about the Women's Intercontinental Championship match, go ahead.
Yeah, so it was just a 11-minute match, and I mean Becky Lynch won the match, but obviously not clean. Basically, was in an ankle
Cheated.
lock, got rolled back on, and used the ropes to have leverage, and got the 1, 2, 3. So I mean, I don't really understand what the point of having these vignettes of her training with Natty in the dungeon and building her as like this badass, and then we're just maybe a month into her title reign. It wasn't long, right? I mean, she didn't
Be
hold it.
outed for almost a month, dude. Like, this is a thing, okay? Give me 1 second. Okay. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. The people that WWE has in star power positions, I hate to break it to you, they're not getting any younger. So why, in the process of making a star in Maxine Dupree, are we gonna not have her beat her on the first Raw of 2026 and have her beat Becky Lynch? For what purpose is Becky? They better have something cooking for Becky Lynch because I'm gonna be honest with you, her last Women's Intercontinental Championship reign kind of sucked.
Agreed. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't understand the point in her winning here. I thought Maxine should have just retained, and we keep, riding the young hot talent that we're trying to push and make a big deal. But maybe I don't know. Maybe this is going to be a longer feud that we're not aware of. But then after their match, some good news. We
Okay.
saw an Obafemi video package air, which I'm really hoping that if Obafemi is coming up to the main roster, if he comes to Raw and Trick Williams goes to SmackDown, I will take that. I will be okay with that. I'll also bring up here right now because I don't know when this segment occurred on the show, but Javon Evans is the newest member of the Monday Night Raw roster. He officially signed his contract tonight on the Stranger Things edition of Monday Night Raw, but it must have been during a commercial break only for the live audience because it was not shown during the live stream, which sucks.
It wasn't shown here. I'll say it was shown internationally because all the international fans, because one of our other co-hosts here, Willie, he lives up in Canada. He sees all that stuff. We do not here in the States.
Yeah, that's so. Well, I don't understand
So
that.
stupid because last week Finn Balor cut a promo that we didn't even see.
Yeah, yeah, I don't. Not a fan of that. But yeah, I'm hopeful that Obafemi comes to Raw. Then we get a little backstage peek of Braun Breaker pacing backstage with the headphones in. He's locked in with the other members of the Vision. And then unfortunately, we have who ESPN says was the Women's Wrestler of the Year in 2025 and my number one female wrestler in the world today on the planet, on God's green earth. Women's World Champion Stephanie Vaquer shown walking backstage while wearing a walking boot on her left foot.
And Jhontay says in this moment, "What is that?" And I go, that looks like a walking boot. And he goes, I think this episode of Monday Night Raw is trying to get me to crash out. So then we move on, and the Usos cut a promo.
Yep.
They challenged everyone and anyone who wants to step up to them in 2026 to close out the promo. So there's that.
Moving on, we then get another Stranger Things chapter graphic. This one is chapter 4, titled To Kiss a Devil. Jackie Redmond's in the ring, and she introduces our women's world champion, Stephanie Becerra, who's looking great, by the way, hobbling herself into the ring. Cole noted that she had an ankle injury. She spoke in Spanish for a bit, that what we noted earlier, but she addressed her injury, saying that it would not stop her, which during this whole segment, I was just worried about a vacation speech, her vacating the world championship. I was really hoping that was not going to be the case. I'm thinking, okay, she's going to have to be on the shelf. She's going to relinquish the belt. They're going to have like another tournament or, whatever to crown a new champion. So I was kind of, in that headspace. But it looks like she might still be the champion and sticking around. We'll have to see, because after she's cutting her promo, member of the Judgment Day, Raquel Rodriguez, enters the ring and attacks my Stephanie from behind, slamming the bad ankle against the mat several times. Then she laid her out with her famous Tahana bomb. Then, if that wasn't enough for you, ladies and gentlemen, she then goes ringside and returns with a, you guessed it, steel chair. And then Stephanie, basically gets her ankle stomped on a couple more times. And she starts to wrap that chair around it. And then, by the grace of God, the official Adam Pearce makes the save. I never thought I'd hear the day, but Adam Pearce makes the save along with Sean Davari, Shane Helms. A couple refs come out. He yanks the chair off of her ankle, and we have Rodriguez just smiling as she leaves the ring. And Becerra, she's being helped by the two trainers backstage, and then she gets jumped again. Like she can't catch a break, gets jumped again by Raquel Rodriguez backstage. And then Adam Pearce had one of my favorite lines of the night. He goes, You better stop or I'll fine you until you got nothing left. I was like, nothing left is crazy, but I'm here for it.
The fact that you gave him the JBL twang was kind of funny. I'm gonna find you till you ain't got nothing left.
Nothing left, Tahana. Nothing left.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was very entertaining. So yeah, they're continuing that feud. I mean, they keep pushing Raquel, which I mean, I'm a huge Raquel Rodriguez fan. I know you are too.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, they kind of keep her in this main event scene for a while. It didn't seem like they were setting up Becerra relinquishing the belt and taking time away. I really hope that's not the case. But after her getting jumped a second time, now I really don't know. Yeah. And then after that, we get a little backstage segment with Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio. Rey just kind of be like, yeah, you'll be champ again. Like, don't worry. And then Penta
Don't worry,
shows
muchacho.
up.
You will be champion again.
Muchacho's crazy. You need to watch yourself. And then Penta shows up. They're
Okay,
cutting from
fine.
Spanish.
Fine.
I didn't hear what they said, but I did hear Penta call, I think, Austin Theory a pendejo.
He called him a pendejo. He said that pendejo Austin Theory.
Yeah. Yes. So I did comprehend that. And then we head into match 3, Liv Morgan versus Lyra. What did you think of that one, that affair?
A match is cooked Or you're cooked as a wrestler when Jhontay automatically can dub you the Bird Lady.
Yeah.
So we have the Bird Lady versus the returning Liv Morgan, which we all kind of figured this was going to be her first match back, the first Raw of the fucking year, yada yada yada. She didn't come alone though. Liv, by the way, came out with Roxanne. Roxanne. So there's that. I thought this match was actually pretty good. I actually liked it. Liv Morgan kind of showed out. Um, you know, I thought they were doing something with Lyra Valkyria, and well, they are certainly doing something with Lyra Valkyria, putting over Liv Morgan. So congrats, Liv.
Yeah, it was a nice match. Like we say in our our own personal hemisphere. When it comes to them doing something with Lyra Valkyria, we thought they were, but yeah,
Yeah, well,
plans change at the drop of a hat in WWE.
Lyra Valkyria going to creative. Hey, you guys got anything for me? Yeah.
Oh, what was that? I couldn't hear you, Papa H. Oh,
Yeah.
well, we got some. But good luck tonight. Yeah.
Good luck. Good luck, you and Bailey. Great. Good luck.
So it was a good match. It was only 9 minutes, which was nice. Not too long and right to the point. Liv Morgan wins off the Oblivion after Lyra was distracted with Roxanne and Bailey getting into an altercation on the outside.
I don't know who did the move, but I made the joke. I think it was Liv, but she did a DDT, and Lyra Valkyria just fucking face first just ate it right on her beak, and Jhontay didn't pop, so I'm a little upset.
On her beak.
On her beak is crazy.
That is crazy work. So
Then next,
yeah, what we
what
have?
we all came here for.
Yeah.
The main event, the World Heavyweight Championship match, CM Punk versus Braun Breaker. And this match, Jhontay had me in for a loop because he goes, you know, right before they walk out, by the way, this is happening. He goes, you know, we've had 2 title changes tonight. I don't think there's going to be a third. And I said, what? And he goes, yeah, but there's going to be some shenanigans. And I was like, Jericho shenanigans? And he goes, no. And I was like, Vision shenanigans? And he goes, yeah. And I go, man, now I'm not excited anymore. And honestly, I thought Braun Breaker, after everything, was gonna still win this match. This match was nuts, back and forth. This was probably the. I'm gonna say this now so I could just get it out of the way. This was the best Raw match of the year.
Shut up. You're real quick before you get into your diatribe of what you thought of this match.
Mhm.
I just want to bring up real quick that they did have a package hyping up Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre and a 3 Stages of Hell match for SmackDown that's going to be in Germany. So I cannot believe this isn't on like pay-per-view, right? Like they're just having this match on a Friday Night SmackDown. So I just thought that was kind of crazy.
Well, I told you, I said this, and it was kind of in a jokingly fashion, but I was being 100% serious when I said it. And I said, well, they're doing all these fucking gimmick matches because it makes. Excuse me, I've got the hiccups. I was like, it makes people want to watch SmackDown because, oh shit, Damian Priest, Aleister Black ambulance match. on a SmackDown, I have to see this.
Right.
And that's basically what they're doing is they're just putting all these gimmick matches on SmackDown instead of like Raw because they're trying to get SmackDown to be like watchable and enjoyable. So
Hmm.
there's that. And I know that they already started off hot last week with a bunch of like surprises and whatnot. I think that's when we saw Trick
Right.
confront Cody and all that stuff. Oh, that's really funny. Really, I'm on Bleacher Report right now, and they just showed the missed field goal.
Beautiful.
That's funny. But yeah, yeah. Anyways, what did you think about the match? I'll let you go first.
All right. So Punk came out, like you noted when the match started, Punk was taking a jab early at Braun Breaker with the attire. Rocking the maize and blue, obviously being a Scarlet and Gray Buckeye fan for life. Didn't really care for it, but I understand because, they went to Michigan University. They wrestled the Steiners, his dad and uncle. He had CM on the front with like that Michigan M and then Punk on the back. Um, the
You know what would
match,
have been fucking gas? If like CM Punk grew up a Buckeye fan and he still put like a scarlet like X over the M. That would have been fucking
that would have been awesome.
that would have been peak.
But this match was like really long. It was definitely a main event length match, 26 minutes, 40 seconds. It kind of felt like after I read that it was almost 27 minutes, it kind of feels like it because there was a lot of ad breaks in this one. Like I said, I predicted it and it ended up happening. Eventually into the match, there was some interference, but before the interference, there was a spot where Braun Breaker tried to hit the top turnbuckle of Frankensteiner, and I think he was supposed to nail that one, but he got overzealous and overconfident and was worried about showboating and doing all that stuff at the top instead of just focusing on hitting the move. And he landed square on the top of his bean, knocking himself for a loop. It looked pretty devastating, but they sold it pretty well. I think after that, they kind of like did some stuff on the outside, or no, Punk hit a elbow drop for a 2 count. Then Punk went back up to the top. That's when Breaker cut him off again, and then successfully hit the Frankensteiner on the second attempt. So that kind of just showed, like, yeah, he is young. We haven't really seen much of Braun in this. I mean, this was the biggest match of his career to date, right? Wouldn't you agree? So it shows that while he's not like a seasoned veteran, he's still kind of, showing veteran-like qualities. Like sometimes when a wrestler botches that badly, like they kind of will, kind of rush and kind of like go right back to it, like knowing that is the spot. But I really like that he didn't rush going right back into the Frankensteiner. They did some other stuff before going back to it. So that kind of just showed like some veteran instinct for me that he's like, he's picking up from probably Paul Heyman and other guys in his corner who are trying to help him succeed. But after that, we eventually do, like I predicted, we get the interference. We have the Vision run out. Playing interference. We have the obligatory ref bump that has to happen in a main event world championship match, right? The ref has to take a bump. And then eventually we have Punk have some help with Penta coming to make the save along with Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee. They eventually, kind of fight into the crowd, and we finally get Breaker and Punk alone inside the ring. So no more kabuki-ish shenanigans, nothing going on. We finally got the one-on-one. Towards the end of the match, Breaker kind of like goes for a spear, but then he like hits the ring post. We get some like nice like mat-based transitions. Punk kind of teases the Anaconda Vice, tries to like tap him out with the Anaconda Vice, which we haven't seen for a while. I do like that move. And then Breaker was just working the midsection of Punk like this entire match, obviously trying to set up for the spear. Was hitting some very explosive, devastating gut busters over and over. And then probably the move of the night, and I think you'll agree, um, when Breaker went up top, and usually he hits that clothesline from the apron to the announce table.
Mm-hmm.
That's usually the spot, but obviously in this big of a moment, he wanted to take it a step further. He goes to the top rope, does that basically coast to coast clothesline, explodes through the announce table with Punk. Awesome visual. Just looked crazy. And then manages to drag the carcass that was Punk back into the ring. Sets up Punk for the spear, but with one last gasp, Punk is able to throw up a last minute knee, catching him off at the pass, hitting him with the GTS, pinning Breaker clean in the middle of the ring, clean as a sheet. 1, 2, 3, 26 minutes, 40 seconds. I'd probably give it a nice 3.5, 3.25 star match. I really enjoyed it. Didn't really need the outside interference, to be honest. Kind of was predictable, obviously, for me. Would have preferred just a straight up one-on-one match, but I thought they tore the house down. I thought they really delivered. What did you think?
Damn, you took the words right out of my mouth.
Think they delivered?
Like dead ass, yeah. Yeah. Now I'm just interested on what's next for Braun Breaker.
I mean, we got to see. I think that's the next big storyline here. Is like I wasn't really expecting Punk to win so clean like this. I thought like obviously there'd be outside interference and maybe like a distracted Braun would get caught off guard, but it was pretty. I mean, as far as clean finishes go, it's pretty clean, pretty straight up, definitive. So it's kind of. I think the storyline now is how does Braun respond? How does he react? How does the Vision respond and react? Do they still trust Braun to lead them after this loss? Has he lost any vote of confidence in Paul Heyman? I mean, there's a lot of things to look forward to when it comes to this story they're telling.
Yeah, 100%. We got a couple of comments from this Ronald Guzman guy. Oh boy, he is going to be a troll, so I'm not going to warrant those with any kind of response. I don't know about you, man, but I am gassed after talking about this show. I am ready to go.
Yeah, I think we can wrap it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Monday Night Raw this week was this Monday Night Raw was very, very, I don't know, strange. Dude, it just felt like some of these promos, man, were just going nowhere.
I mean,
The
they didn't.
The Usos promo didn't really progress anything for them, so we're just kind of like, okay, cool. You're just, we got to get that yeet quota in. The fans don't yeet, they don't leave happy. But yeah, I think that is it, buddy. Any final words?
No, that was it for me. Raw was pretty decent. I think it was an overall okay show, but for all the hype it got for being a Stranger Things collab, definitely could have
Gotten a little better.
Could have been better. Yeah, room for improvement. Yeah. Room for improvement.
Yeah, you could have had a debuting Chris Jericho come from the upside down. That would have gotten a pop.
Yeah, no
from me, honestly.
Yeah, like no Jericho showing up was kind of a disappointment. Yeah,
they're just saving him for the Rumble in Saudi. What do you want them to do?
Yeah, probably. I guess we'll have to see.
Yes. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Aaron Baker. That's Jhontay. You're not. Those are our thoughts and opinions. If you like them, whatever. If you don't, tell us why we're retards or idiots or whatever. Give us your honest opinion. Don't be like this Ronald Guzman cuck in the chat right now who thinks that he's being funny and being a troll. Actually have an adult conversation with us, and we'll actually put your comment on the screen instead of you crashing out like a 2-year-old child. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Aaron Baker. I hope this Ronald Guzman guy is not from Venezuela, because that would suck. Peace.
This is Raw Recap! Podcast Raw Recap! Monday night, the war never ends. 2 men enter the booth, only one truth survives. Yo, I'll turn the volume up. The king's on the mic, Aaron in the